Picture this. You march into your manager's office, feeling confident, and ask a simple question. But instantly, the room goes cold. Your boss looks at you like you just insulted them. Chances are you didn't say anything wrong, you just used the wrong word. Treating can and could like they mean exactly the same thing creates a social landmine. It makes you sound accidentally aggressive or overly uncertain. To understand why, we have to look at what these words actually are. Can and could belong to a special category called modal verbs. These are helper words designed to express three core things: ability, permission, and possibility. But unlike normal verbs that just state flat facts, modal verbs act like dials on a mixing board. They control the tone, the level of certainty, and the politeness of your entire sentence. This is the tone spectrum. On one side, you have language that is highly direct, grounded in the present, and extremely strong. On the other side, the language becomes softer, dips into the past tense, and leaves room for uncertainty. Mastering where to place your words on this spectrum dictates exactly how others perceive your confidence and respectfulness in any conversation. Looking at this chart, let's start on the extreme left side with can. This word lives in the present tense, and it does not leave room for doubt. Its first job is stating raw ability. When you say, "I can speak English," or "she can drive a car," you are stating an absolute, present tense fact about what someone is physically or mentally capable of doing. Its second job is dealing with permission, but strictly in an informal setting. If you ask a friend, "Can I use your phone?" it works perfectly for casual, peer-to-peer environments. Finally, can expresses a strong possibility. As this pie chart illustrates, a statement like, "It can rain today," tells the listener that there is a very high percentage likelihood of that event actually happening. Because can is so direct and certain, using it in the wrong social hierarchy backfires. If you use it with a manager or a stranger, that directness comes across as blunt or overly demanding. Can is essentially the blunt instrument of English grammar. It's highly efficient for delivering facts, but it carries a high risk for diplomacy. Now, looking at the right side of the spectrum, we find could. Chronologically, this is just the past tense of can. If you're talking about a past ability, you use it literally. I could swim when I was young. But language evolves. Over time, English speakers realized a psychological trick. If you move a request into the past tense, it softens the demand in the present. That softening transforms a casual ask into a polite request. Asking, "Could I take leave today?" creates a respectful distance, which is mandatory when you're in a formal environment or speaking to a superior. This softening effect also applies to possibility. When you say, "It could rain later," the certainty drops significantly. You're acknowledging a chance, but a much smaller one compared to can. And because it lacks the aggressive certainty of can, could is perfect for offering a gentle suggestion or alternative, like "we could go to a movie," without making it feel like a direct command. Listen to the difference. Can you open the door? Expects an action. Could you open the door? Requests a favor. Swapping the word alters the pressure of the request instantly. By creating that crucial psychological distance, could becomes your best tool for navigating delicate social interactions and managing expectations. Mixing up the sides of this matrix creates noticeable errors. First, using could for a present tense ability. Saying "I could swim now" creates a logical contradiction. If it's happening right now, it has to be "I can swim now." Second, trying to force politeness onto the bluntness of can. Saying "Can you please help me" to a superior creates a mismatched tone. If you need to be formal, you need the softer side. "Could you please help me?" Third is mixing can with words of uncertainty. Saying "It can rain tomorrow, maybe" violates the inherently strong, certain nature of the word can. When you're in the office or talking to a professor, you want to stay on the soft side of the matrix. Using "Could you explain that again" maintains respect and acknowledges the hierarchy in the room. But when you're at home or with your friends, that level of deference is weird. That's where the strong side of the matrix belongs. "Can you clean your room" is socially appropriate, clear, and efficient. The context dictates the verb. Perfectly matching your environment's formality to your verb's strength is how you prevent miscommunication. If you ever feel lost on the spectrum, just remember this simple equation. Can equals present plus strong. Could equals past plus polite plus soft. Let's test it. I blank swim when I was 5. It's in the past, so the answer is could. Next, blank you help me. If you're talking to a stranger and need to be polite, the answer is could. These two helper words act as dials for your social presence. Mastering them allows you to signal respect or certainty with a single syllable.